Hello children, today we are going to learn The Honey Guide's Revenge, this chapter from course book, page number 51. And this story taken from Zulu tradition. Okay, the Zulu tradition means that the tradition spread across the country of South Africa. So let's start. Let's start the story. There once was a greedy young man named Jingle. In the story, one young man, his name was Gingle. He rarely shared anything with anyone, preferring to keep everything for himself. It means the Jingle keep all the things with himself and not share the things to anyone. It means the Jingle was selfish. One day, while Jingle was hunting, when he was going to hunt, he heard the honey call of Andig. When he went to hunting, that time he heard the honey call from Andig. He stopped and listened carefully. Chittick, chittick. The little bird rattled. He began flying ahead, stopping several times to be sure that Jingle followed. One day the Jingle heard the honey call and the Jingle followed the voice. Here greedy means very hungry. After a while they reached a huge wild bee fig tree and Dick hopped about madly among the branches. He then settled on a branch and cocked. Here, cocked means turn the head at an angle. The Andig bird looked to the Jingle. His head looked at the Jingle as if to say, "Here it is." Jingle couldn't see anything from his place on the forest floor, but he knew the honey guide reputation. Reputation means an opinion people have about someone or something. He placed his tools at the foot of the tree, gathered some dry twigs, and made a small fire. As soon as the twigs were burning well, what happened here, children? The Jingle collect the twig, dry grass and sticks and fire it under the tree. As soon as the twigs were burning well, Jingle put a long dry stick into the fire. It was wood that made lots of smoke while it burned. As soon as it began burning properly, he began climbing the cool end of the branch held in his mouth. Soon he could hear the loud buzzing of the busy bee. When he reached the hive, he quickly thrust the smoke end of the branch into the hollow. The bees came rushing out. Jingle pushed his hand into the nest. He took out the handful of heavy comb, dripping with the rich honey. He ignored the few stings he received, placed the comb carefully in the bag he wore around the neck, and slowly made his way down. Here the Jingle heard the loud buzzing of the busy bee. He reached the hive. He entered his hand into the honeycomb and he took out handful of heavy comb, dripping with the rich and juicy honey. He ignored the few stings he received, placed the comb. Andig watched all this eagerly, waiting for the moment when Jingle would give him a fat piece of honeycomb as he thank offering. Endig loved juicy bees and heavy comb. Finally, Jingle reached the ground. Endig flew down and waited patiently for his share. But Jingle put out the fire, picked up his tools, and started walking home, ignoring the little bird. Endig chirped indignantly. Jingle stopped, stared at the little bird, and laughed aloud. You want some of the honey, do you? Huh? Who did all the work and receive all the sting? Why should I share any of the lovely honey with you? You little nothing. Be off and find yourself another supper. And with a wave of his arm, Jingle walked away. Several weeks later, Jingle again heard the call of Endig. Remembering the last time, Jingle followed the little bird again. Endig came to the race in a great thorn tree. Jingle quickly made his small fire and began to climb. Endig sat and watched all the things. Jingle climbed wondering why he didn't hear the usual buzzing. He was concentrating hard on his climbing and daydreaming about the honey. Suddenly he found himself face to face with a leopard. The leopard was startled and angry, having her sleep too rudely disturbed. She narrowed her eyes, opened her mouth to reveal her large, sharp teeth, and struck the man, dragging her claws across his forehead. Jingle rushed down the tree. He landed with a heavy thud on the ground, breaking several of his bones. He wore the scars of the leopard on his forehead for the rest of his life. But the children, Jingle, and the children of the Jingle heard the story of Endig. Whenever they harvest honey, they are sure to leave the biggest and juiciest part of the comb for Endig. The honey guide was successful in taking his revenge. Jingle learned his lesson, and even his grandchildren also never dare to keep honey guide's share. So children, I think so you should understood about the honey guide's revenge, how the Endig revenge to Jingle, and how the honey guide taught the lesson to the Jingle. So thank you all of you.